Welcome back to our live video cryptocurrency trading series. And today we're talking about cryptocurrencies in the news and people, celebrities, investment gurus, senators talking about cryptocurrencies. So, first of all, the news today is good. Cryptocurrency recovery seems to be intact. Here in the chart, you're looking at the February 6th lows and a significant bump after that, after the federal regulators met in D.C. and had a positive discussion about, or was widely perceived as a positive discussion about cryptocurrency. And then Litecoin got a boost from a couple of news items. One was a hard fork into Litecoin Cash, and it was controversial. Charlie Lee vehemently denounced it, but nonetheless, the fork occurred and the price remained up, remained high. So Litecoin was leading that recovery amongst the micro payment cryptocurrencies. Litecoin here in yellow, Bitcoin in blue, Bitcoin Cash in turquoise, and Dash in purple. The other news that was good for Litecoin was that there were several global payment systems launched that will accept or allow merchants to accept Litecoin, and one was called LitePay, which is analogous to BitPay for Bitcoin. So, and the other is a Coinbase service, which is called Coinbase Commerce, that is a non-hosted service. So the money is not held by the Coinbase exchange, but rather it goes directly to the merchant's wallet and it allows merchants to accept not only Litecoin, but Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Ethereum as well. So looking at the markets overall in performance, you can see the 7-day numbers here. I rank these in order of 7-day performance, and you're looking at Ethereum Classic at 41%, Omisego at 45%, VE Chain 45%, Litecoin at 41%. So amongst the top market cap players, Litecoin obviously with a market cap of 12 billion is the big one in this group, and it's over 40% 7-day gain, and the 30-day gains are starting to look to shift from red to green, and Litecoin's 30-day increases over 20%. So Litecoin leading the way of the micropayment coins. The other ones, Dash down here, Dash with a $5 billion market cap, so about half that of Litecoin, and not too shabby a performance, 17.5% over the past week. And then Bitcoin Cash at about a market cap that's roughly double, a little more than double Litecoin at a 21% return over the past 7 days. So cryptocurrency markets recovering. Apparently the recovery is intact, and Bitcoin today, right now, trading at over 11,000. So all good news on that front. Now, as far as cryptocurrencies in the news and people talking about it, we're going to just go through this. There's been a lot of chatter about cryptocurrencies from all different circles. So let's start with Charlie Munger, the investment guru, Warren Buffett's right hand, and arguably one of the most renowned investment gurus of all time, pulls no punches when talking about cryptocurrency. Here he is on CNBC saying, comparing our approach to China and saying our more relaxed approach is wrong. The right answer is to step on it hard. And he referred to Bitcoin as disgusting, detestable, noxious poison. So there you go, Charlie Munger. Pulling no punches. Don't hold back, Charlie. Tell us how you really feel, okay? don't sugarcoat it for us, all right? We can take it. So it's disgusting, detestable, noxious poison. I wonder if we could get a altcoin name out of that, out of an acronym there. Somebody will probably think of that pretty soon. Okay, so on to better news. Senator Mark Warner, Democrat of Virginia, in the Senate subcommittee hearing, which was about 2 hours of these guys talking about nothing but cryptocurrency, said a couple of things that were very positive. He said, I think we may be on top of something that is transformational. Here, let me focus on that. And okay, let's get out here. And Senator Mark Warner comments, I think we may be on top of something that is transformational. I don't think you can separate the underlying blockchain from some of these crypto assets. If we had the same rate of increase in the next 2 years that we've had over the last few, we'd be north of $20 trillion caught up in this area by 2020. And he was referring to the cell phone business. Compare it to the cell phone business. We're looking at the same transformation, and we're going to have to wrap our arms around it. And he was basically saying that, addressing cryptocurrency in a systemic way. He was talking to the regulators, the chairman of the CFTC, Chris Giancarlo, and the chairman of the SEC, and he was saying that cryptocurrency could have a systemic effect on the economy. Seeing that in the recent growth, if it continues, it could be north of $20 trillion by 2020. And, that's less than 2 years away. So all pretty much, positive comments. Everyone in that hearing, okay, pretty much everyone in that hearing, all the senators and the regulators agreed that cryptocurrency is not going away. So that in itself is great news. These guys aren't just waiting for it to die anymore. They're actually looking at it seriously and trying to reach a place of thoughtful regulation. And Chris Giancarlo, the chairman of the CFTC, said, we owe it to this new generation to respect their interest in this new technology with a thoughtful regulatory approach. And he told a heartwarming story. He really won the hearts of crypto lovers everywhere when he said, and a hush fell across the room when he said, but with your permission, I'd like to begin with a slightly different perspective, and that is as a dad. And he told the story of him and his wife trying to get their children during high school interested in investing by setting up brokerage accounts to no avail until Bitcoin came along. And now he says, well, something changed in the last year. Suddenly they were all talking about Bitcoin. They're asking me what I thought about it and should they buy it. So this was like I said, this was a real feel-good moment for the cryptocurrency community. And you can see the bump that cryptocurrency got right after that Senate hearing. Here, this is the low of February 6th, just before regulators met in D.C. And this is the rally that started, let's call it the Fed rally, because the Feds were the ones who gave the boost, the initial boost to cryptocurrency. The rally that started right after that February 6th low when the Feds met in D.C. So who would you least expect to toss crypto a bone? I would say federal regulators, and yet they did. On the Senate subcommittee meeting with the chairman of the SEC and the chairman of the CFTC in D.C. on February 6th. Now, Vitalik, the founder of Ethereum, has also been publicly commenting on cryptocurrencies, and here's his tweet, cryptocurrency from 2 days ago. Still a new and hyper-volatile asset class. Could drop to near zero at any time. Don't put in more money than you can afford to lose. If you're trying to figure out where to store your life savings, traditional assets are your safest bet. So, of course, practical, sound advice from Vitalik, concerned about the people looking for quick riches in the cryptocurrency space, and advising them not to, or just to understand the volatility and the risk involved in cryptocurrency. So not negative comments, but whenever anybody, with that much influence says something like, could drop to near zero, that can have, a little bit of a chilling effect on the market. So it doesn't seem to have really made a significant difference. Like I said, the market rally that began at the February 6 lows seems to be continuing, and it's heading up, and Bitcoin is well over 11,000, and Litecoin holding on to its gains. So for the most part, the negative talk has not affected. And some people are talking about the Ellen rally. Ellen Degeneres on her show did a little bit about Bitcoin, and it was lighthearted and amusing. Bitcoin. She started with Bitcoin is a decentralized. How many people know what Bitcoin or have heard of Bitcoin? And the audience cheered. And then, how many people understand what it is? And then she immediately said, "Liar! Nobody understands what it is." So, Bitcoin is a decentralized digital currency. And then she said, "I don't know what that means." And this highlights actually a very interesting point. Her comments and Charlie Munger's comments both highlight a very interesting point about cryptocurrency, and that is that there is definitely a explanatory gap, definitely a comprehension gap. Berkshire Hathaway is famous for an investment philosophy that recommends only investing in things that that the investor can understand. And Ellen points out very wisely, with comedy, that the concept of owning an asset that has no physical, tangible presence in the world, that you can't hold in your hand or in your pocket or store in a safe, is a bit of a confusing and foreign concept to many people. So that that can explain why some of the vitriol coming from Charlie Munger, disgusting, detestable, noxious poison. That's what he calls crypto. Or that's what he called Bitcoin. And he'd like to see it go away, disappear completely. And the good news is that the Senate subcommittee hearing with Jay Clayton, the SEC chairman, and Chris Giancarlo, the CFTC chairman, pretty much everyone agreed that cryptocurrency is not going away, and cryptocurrency markets got a boost right after that subcommittee hearing. So this explanatory gap will eventually be bridged, and it's also a generational gap. I think that it's easy to see. I had a hard time explaining to my stepmother what it meant to own something digital, to own something that has no physical, tangible presence in the world and can't be counted or held or stored, in any physical sense, in any physical, tangible sense. So these are just the comments coming out of the mainstream media, mainly, except for the Vitalik's comments, mainly the mainstream media and financial media regarding cryptocurrencies recently, and the crypto recovery is well intact, either because of or in spite of these remarks. So hopefully this video has given you some valuable information that you can put to use to make better, more informed, more research-based cryptocurrency investment decisions. Ciao for now.